pessoal, tudo bem? Aqui Felipe Damos, direto do Expojud Podcast, o podcast aqui montado dentro da Feira de Exposições do Expojud 2024, o maior evento de tecnologia e inovação do ecossistema de justiça do Brasil. E nós estamos aqui, depois da estreia no dia de ontem, vamos iniciar esse dia de hoje, quarta-feira, dia 16 de outubro de 2024, com uma convidada muito especial, very special, yes, Miss Alicia Matheson. Eu vou apresentá-los e a gente depois vai, tentar traduzir, porque a gente teve que fazer aqui um pouco corrido, mas vai ser muito proveitoso para vocês saberem. A Alicia, ela tem mais de 20 anos de experiência na Walt Disney Company, ela é ex-diretora do Disney Institute e atualmente ela é presidente da Matheson Global Consulting, que é uma consultoria especializada em educar mentes, motivar ações e inspirar mudanças. Ontem nós tivemos o prazer de ter a palestra dela aqui no Expojud à noite e foi muito inspiradora. Eu posso testemunhar e também fiz um treinamento no Expojud em Orlando em agosto nossa, o Jeito Disney de Encantar realmente é uma coisa fabulosa e nós temos muito que aprender com ela. Infelizmente nós teremos um pouco tempo porque ela já vai para outros compromissos, mas é isso. Então, thank you very much, Alicia Matheson, for being here with us in our Expojud podcast. It's a great pleasure to have such a special guest with us. So be comfortable to introduce yourself, tell us more about what you're doing here in Brazil, what are your impressions, and thank you very much for coming here.
The pleasure is mine. Thank you so much. Bom dia, bom dia, bom dia! It's such a pleasure and honor to be here. I'm so excited. We had such an amazing conference yesterday, and anytime you can take the best of what any organization does, especially someone like Disney, this multi-billion-dollar conglomerate, and help other organizations adapt the best of the best so that they can start making these quality improvements. And sometimes it's the little things that can have a big impact. And that's what we were talking about yesterday. And I'm really hoping it hit home with people.
Yes, it was very great. I have some insights from this beautiful lecture. So first of all, I heard that you mentioned we need to in our organizations like Disney, that huge, one of the biggest in the world, to have a more collaborative approach with our competitioners, not to see them only as a rival enemy, but you can come close and, for example, you can spend 10 days in different parks in Florida and you have a great experience instead of, no, don't go to that park, come only to mine.
Yes.
I thought it was very interesting, this approach.
Thank you, Felipe. You're 100% correct. I mentioned to make your competition your partner. And that's because your competition should be yourself. You should always compare yourself against how you did last month, last week, last year. If you set your standards really high, nobody else should be your competition but you, right? So make yourself your competition, and then all of those that think they are your competitors, make them your partners. Yeah. Because we can refer business and let everybody grow versus, only this business is doing good, only that person is doing good, when the reality is there's enough business for everybody and we can all do great. I love that the Disney organization does such an amazing job of this. When you go to Disney, not only do you see, even when you go into the theme parks, you may see McDonald's with this beautiful Disney theme, right? You may see Coca-Cola, because if they are an amazing brand that knows how to deliver that world-class quality service, that's a brand that Disney wants to do business with. And then there's other brands that Disney may not even think about that, as I mentioned yesterday, Harley Davidson, right? That may want to do business with Disney. And they can capitalize off of the amazing quality service that Disney does and the ability to touch people at every single stage of their life, from very young to very old. And that's what most businesses want. How can I expand my market?
Yes, great. And I also heard that we have to how can I say, to have leaders and workers with good habits, including lifestyle and to become more healthy people. And so, how can you tell us about this?
I'm so glad you said that, because great leaders is the key for any business, any organization. It literally starts with great leaders. And often we kind of forget. I can't tell you how many leaders have come to me and said, oh, my employees are lazy, they're not doing enough. And then you go back and you say, are you helping train them? Are you setting them up for the success? Are you giving them the resources they need? It literally starts with us as great leaders being great so that we can help make our teams great. And as you heard me mention yesterday, that for us to be great, we have to take care of ourselves. We have to take care of our health.
Yes.
And I think we overlook that, right? We don't always get enough sleep. We don't always eat appropriately. We're running on fumes. And if we show up, that changes everything. How you show up to work every single day matters. And us as leaders, people are watching us. We may not even pay attention, but if I show up and my hair is wet and I'm late and I'm tired and I'm exhausted, I'm sending a message to my staff or citizens that you call, I think it's advisors actually.
Yes, advisors.
Your advisors. You're sending a message to those advisors saying, wow, that, yeah, you're lowering the standards, and if this is what I do as the leader, this is what they can do, right?
Yes.
And same thing if I stay till 9 o'clock at night working. Now I'm telling you that in my actions, I don't value work-life balance, right? Now there's going to be a time where you're going to be working very late, but that shouldn't be every single day.
Yeah.
You have to set the standards as a leader to be great, to help make your team great. And it literally does start when the moment you wake up out of bed. What are those consistently great habits that you can incorporate to really make yourself be a better leader and a better person overall?
Great. Other thing that I thought very interesting, it was usually people in this company, the CEOs, they hire fast because they are so busy with they have to work, they have to produce more and more, and they fire slow. I don't know if it's and you said that we have to change this. You have to hire slower, and unfortunately, sometimes we have to fire fast because this can impact badly in the other sectors of the companies.
That's
Is that
right.
correct?
100%, Felipe. You know, it only takes one person to make or break a citizen's experience, right? And so you want to make sure that every single person that works for you is excited, is happy, and is prepared. And that person's values match what you want to represent. And so if you get a negative person and you've hired them, and I don't know what it is here in Brazil, but normally you have what they call a 90-day probationary period, right? So you have this 90-day probationary period, and a lot of people, they'll either forget about it or say, you know what, we still need a warm body, we're just going to keep them. But now it's 6 months and they're still horrible, and that negative energy is permeating throughout. Yeah, it spreads. And so here's the cool thing, is great energy also spreads. And so if you hire slow and you wait to make sure you get the right person with the right values, the right attitude that can represent your brand the way you want, then that person, not only are they going to be amazing to other fellow staff members or advisors, but then also your citizens are going to become more loyal because they're going to love that person.
Right.
And that's exactly what we want. We want that human element in law to say, wow, you know what, this person understands me. They get it. And that every touch point in your business, from the moment somebody calls you to when they show up in person, they've gotten an incredible experience.
Great. Very good. And I heard from this training I mentioned that I did in Orlando on August. It was very good. It's 4 hours of intense immersion in the Disney spirit, and we learned so much. I heard an invitation from Walt Disney, like a dream beyond limits of today. I'm translating freely. I don't know if it's correct in English, but to believe in solid values, dare to make the difference, and go out and do. Yeah, That's the spirit, isn't it?
That is exactly the spirit. You know, I love that Disney does an amazing job of bringing out the child in every single one of us, right? No matter what age, you show up at Disney, or even you watch one of those Disney animations and it puts you in the mind of a child. And why I like that is because as we get older, we start losing that creativity, that innovation, that innovative thinking of, you know, when you're a kid, you ask a million questions. Literally, why is the sky blue? Why is the earth round? Kids will ask all of these questions. As we get older, now we stop asking all the questions. And that creativity is something that we all should have. And so Disney does say, dream big, no matter what your age, dream big. The sky is the limit. And if you put parameters around it, you will have parameters. But if you don't, you won't. And so that is the kind of that concept of if you think you can or you think you can't, you're right.
Yeah, and I think we always have to remember this. So I'm not here with my backpack, but I put a patch, a Mickey patch in my backpack, so I go with her with this all my place. Sometimes people look, say, this backpack is your daughter's. No, it's mine. It's mine. Because I look at this and I try to remember this lesson and to stay with this question in mind, Mickey backpack.
Oh my
and
goodness,
I remember just now, Mr. Alexandre Spindola, who gave this training to us, he said, a company, a Brazilian company, wanted to make a publicity stunt with Mickey. So he would go into an airplane and fly with the passengers.
Oh,
and
nice.
Walt Disney Company said no, because what if this plane crashes? Mickey cannot die, because in the imaginary, in this child, all of us, we can't let. Of course, people will know that it's only someone dressing. Custom, but it's not. It's Mickey himself, and he cannot die. He cannot go into. So Mickey doesn't take planes. It's like, I think this was beautiful.
It's true.
Because we can't let this magic.
This
die.
imagination, that's exactly
imagination.
correct. You know, it's so funny that I was at the parks, I want to say only just last week with my nieces, and they were having such an incredible time, and they got to take pictures of Mickey and Minnie and have such, they were having a blast. And then we get home, and on television, they see Mickey on the cruise ship, and they're like, how did Mickey get there so fast? I said, yes, that's exactly correct. It's magic. Mickey is magical.
Magic, yes, of course.
And here's the beauty is, even with Disney, you never see Mickey in more than one place at once.
Yes,
and I think that's that idea of that we still have to bring out the kid in us. We still have to remember the magic. We all have it within us, and sometimes we get in jobs to where we have to be so conservative, but the human side is what people really want to relate to.
Yes, great. And other thing that I remember is that they are very worried with the cleaning. For example, if you throw a popcorn on the streets in a park, 5 minutes will come someone to clean up. Even Alexandre, who works for Disney, he said he made this test. He went there as a customer and he threw the popcorn on the street and waited, and here comes, they clean, and this touch, this human touch, this care, they care a lot with the image of the company, and to make the best experience possible to the clients. I think that's a great lesson that we have to use in our organizations.
As I had mentioned, and I love that you brought this up, because we talked about hire slow, fire fast, right? When you get hired with Disney, you go through a very long process, no matter what position you have. You can be custodian, front desk, engineering, bell services. You can be the CEO and a vice president. You still go through detailed training, and you get to learn about Disney's culture. You know, it's a culture by design, and you learn about the service standards. I'm sure you heard about safety being a number one priority for Disney, right? And cleanliness. And from day one, when you do Disney traditions, you also learn that every single one of us that's hired, no matter what position you're hired for, we are all custodians.
Yeah.
We all pick up trash because we know that cleanliness relates to one, friendliness and safety. And if safety is our number one priority, then we got to do whatever it takes to keep this place safe. And I love what we call the Disney scoop, right? Every single person knows you see a piece of trash, you do the Disney scoop. You keep walking, you grab that trash and keep it going. So it doesn't have to stop or delay your job. You don't have to wait for a custodian to come and pick it up. We all pick up
if
trash.
the CEO is there, he can go there and
That's
he'll
right.
mix it, yes.
And you know, the beauty is that Disney even helps in this idea of keeping things clean. So if you go to the Magic Kingdom and you walk down Main Street, what people don't know, and I think I mentioned this yesterday, is that we measure everything to an incredible detail, right? They call it measuring the magic. And so they measured years ago how long the average person would carry a piece of trash until they don't see a trash can and drop it on the ground. And that measurement was around 26 to 27 paces. And so at the Magic Kingdom, you will see trash cans every 26 paces to prevent people from purposely throwing trash on the ground. So Disney does things in their environment to help with that, but still, when you have hundreds of thousands of people coming through your theme parks, trash can happen. So we know if we are clean, then our guests are clean, and that is one of the greatest differentiators, is that as we pick up trash, so don't the guests, and that is impressive.
Yes, great. So unfortunately, all good things come to an end, so we have to go. It was very good, but because you have a plane to catch.
I do.
I hope we don't miss it.
No.
But to finish, you can say something about your future projects, your current projects, a little more about yourself to our viewers.
Thank you, Felipe. I sincerely appreciate it. It's such an honor to be here. Thank you all. Brasilia I absolutely love it. I've been to Brazil many times, but never have I been to the capital. So it's been a sincere honor. And then to actually work with lawyers and judges and see the lights go off, see the lights, they're looking at this concept of Disney is like, what? How do we relate this to law? And to see people, especially like yourself, to get it, to understand that, wow, there is an adaptation that we all can make. Yes, incorporate innovation and technology into everything we do. It's highly important. But are there other elements in which we can still capture that human contact, that human interaction that can grow our business and keep us humble at the same time? And hopefully everybody walked away with that idea and element. So before I go, I definitely have to give you this representative of Mickey, and what I love is that even the backing is Mickey, right? So it is our wonderful flag with Mickey for you as a gift. Thank you.
I'm gonna use it right now.
Oh, thank you. And you guys blessed me with this beautiful gift as well. And you probably know that pin trading is a huge part of the Disney organization. As I mentioned, we use pin trading to increase the interactions with the cast members, which people call employees, and the guests, which are the guests that come visit, but the customers, as other businesses may know it. And when you can increase your employees with your customers, increase the interaction, you ultimately increase the brand loyalty. So I love that element about Disney, and I'm hoping that a lot of businesses walk away with that. How can you increase those interactions to make every single one of those touch points important, that they have an impact, and you increase that brand loyalty. Today, as you mentioned, I head back on a plane to Sao Paulo. There's 2 other exciting events that I'll be attending. There's the See Me 360, which talks about global investment real estate around the world. I am honored to also work in that real estate industry. I generally speak at the National Association of Realtors Conference that hosts over 20,000 people annually, which is really exciting. So I can't wait to meet all of the people. Florida has a huge pavilion there in Sao Paulo. And then also the amazing Escola Innovation that I work with here in Sao Paulo. They are part of the organization organization that brought me here to this beautiful conference, and they are hosting a podcast and a session for their students that we will be working with tomorrow, which is so exciting.
Great,
And
great.
I'm always honored when I have the pleasure of sharing how leaders can be better leaders, how we can increase our level of quality service in our organizations, and then how we can establish brand loyalty simply through just doing the right thing. So I honestly am honored. I cannot thank you enough for the interview, for the pleasure of being here and seeing Brazil. I think I told you, I always feel like home when I come here to Brazil because the energy is just like mine. So honestly, I'm honored and I cannot thank you enough.
Okay.
Oh, and Felipe,
No,
I got to tell you
no
one more
problem.
thing.
Yes,
Because
please.
the exciting thing is this is something that we've never done before. And we're offering it to this beautiful group as well. We are hosting a multi-day session. It's going to be in June, and it's going to be at Disney World. You get to see behind the scenes of Disney. It's not just at Disney World, actually. You're going to see some other businesses. Friends of mine are judges in Florida, and so you actually see a live court case, but then you're also seeing other businesses and learning how to make quality improvements in what you do by seeing what others do. So it's going to be a unique, I think it's going to be 4 or 5 days. They haven't given me all the details yet, but it's going to be exciting, and you are all more than welcome to join us, and we'll send you the details.
Okay, thank you very much.
Sincere
So
thanks.
thank you, Alicia Matheson, for being here with us. It was a great pleasure. Your kindness, your happiness, it's very inspiring. So I really hope, we all hope we'll meet again sometime very soon. So I wish all the best for you and your life and your future projects. And we'll meet again.
Muito obrigada.
Então, pessoal, foi isso aqui. Alicia Matheson, ex-diretora do Disney Institute, presidente da Matheson Global Consulting, convidada mais do que especial. Muito obrigado. E permaneçam aí que já a gente já vai entrar com novos convidados aqui direto do Expojud Podcast, na maior feira de inovação e tecnologia do Sistema de Justiça do Brasil. Até lá. Tchau, tchau.